In this video, we're going to talk about business secrets. These are growth secrets that's going to help you take your business to the next level. Hi, my name is Samuel F. Robinson, and this is Embracing AI. I'm actually sitting in the studio of PCBN, and you can see the green screen behind me. You can see the lights. We're going to have some fun. We're going to make this short, sweet, and simple. Let's continue. AI elite innovators. We're going to talk about that in a few. I want to let you know that this is a community that allows us to discuss growth secrets that we can apply every single month. But let's continue. Do you know your customer journey? Are your customers moving through and having a wonderful experience on their journey to becoming spokespersons? If you don't know that, pay attention. Everybody starts out as a stranger. They don't know you, you don't know them. You want them to be your customers. The first time you introduce your product or service, that's the time that you make them aware. Awareness is the first thing. First, you need to be aware of what you're offering. Then you need to be aware of their pain point. Then you need to be aware of the solution that they're going to pay for. Once they are aware, now you move to the next stage. Your customer now becomes a ponderer. They're just thinking about it, but they haven't made a decision. Once they have thought about it enough and they believe that this is going to be a solution, now they become an adopter. Now they're going to buy something. They're going to exchange information. Once they have done that, they're satisfied, they're comfortable. The next stage that they're going to go to is refer. They're going to tell somebody about it. Once they tell somebody, that now puts them in a role of empowerment. They want to get to the next stage. What's the next stage? They begin to share with more people because they're having a great experience. You're going to ensure that your customers have a great experience. One way to do that is through emailing. Another way is to create events that build trust, nurturing. Once they have told more people about it, they're now ready to become a champion. They're a champion. They're telling more and more people. After that, they become a spokesperson. So now they start building your brand on your behalf. This is a good place to be in because now this allows you to create subscription-based opportunities that now begins to pay you. Think about this. Your customers, they believe in your product. They're sharing your product. They're now fighting for your product. They're defending your product. Guess what? You no longer own your brand. These people do. They're going to dictate how the brand goes. That's the customer journey. I call it Sparcs. This is what I created. This is to identify them on their journey. You deliver consistent value. They take action steps to resonates with that value, and now you give them offers along the way. Each offer stacks on the one before, making them more loyal. You can earn money a few different ways when it comes to this customer journey. The first time you introduce your company to a stranger, that's a free exchange. This is what we call social currency. You're now using your social currency to buy their attention. As Gary V says, we day trade attention. That's what we live for. Let's continue with the rest of the process as it transitions into exchange of funds. Before you get to that, though, you've got to give them more value. You've got to give them something that they value more than the money that they have in their pocket. You've got to give them something that they value more than the attention you're stealing from them. You're going to earn money from this journey with your clients or customers in 4 different ways. Let's start with the construction level. This is where your people are generating funds by trading their experience, their muscles, for money. They're day trading time. Now, they can't get that time back because it's their blood, sweat, and tears. This is the lowest part in the totem pole. This is where you make the least amount of money. So if somebody's asking you to trade time for money, understand that that's the lowest value. Let's elevate just a little bit more. Then you have the collaboration level. These are collaborators that they're managing systems and people. They get paid a little bit more. It might seem like a little, however, because they're managing more people, more systems, it works out to be more money. And that's fine. You need all levels, and all levels are equally important, but they're not equally in value. They're not of equal value. Then you get to the communication stage. At the communication stage, this is where you are conveying ideas. You get paid to sell. Your mouth is what generates your money. And if you're an online marketer, then your mindset to create the offers, that's what makes you the money. As an affiliate marketer, as a coach, as a consultant, that's where your money is. The highest form of income is the creation level. As you move through the customer journey, there's always a creator creating offers, creating ads, creating marketing, creating PR, creating branding, creating brand position. The creators are going to do this. Understand that when you can create assets with your mind, that's what pays you the big bucks. Now, not everybody understands that. People who don't grow up in that arena, they don't value creators. They just don't. They don't know how to, because they're accustomed to a product or service exchange for money. Now you're telling them, I'm going to give you an idea and you're going to pay me for idea. They can't do that. They don't know. An architect is going to create stuff out of their mind. Somebody gives them a vision, they take it, they create. That's what that does. I'm going to conclude with this. I showed you Sparcs, which is a customer journey, and I showed you the different income levels that you can apply to each journey. Tying it all together, you first give away something for free, then you give away an exchange, an ebook or something, and then you exchange your product or service, which is your core offer, then you exchange your premium offer. And at the last components of it, which can happen anytime, you now have a subscription-based model. Think about this. Whether it's Netflix, Amazon, think of all the services. But more importantly, for you to understand what I'm talking about, think about your light bill. That light man showed up one time, and every month after that, you got an invoice that you paid. The day you stop paying is the day you stop enjoying those services. That's utilitarian. There are more types of subscriptions beyond utilitarian services, but we can get into that another time. Hi, my name is Samuel F. Robinson. Here's your call to action. Go to getaikeys.com, join the free guest community, enjoy the services, and when you're ready, upgrade to Elite and enjoy more services. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts.